We're going through our training of 411 training, 4 questions. Why we share the gospel, who should we share the gospel with, what do we say and when do we do it. And in the last video we looked at the why Jesus has given us this command and how we should be obeying it and how it is our identity. And now we're going to look at the who. Who do we share the gospel with? And you should have this on your second piece or the second part of your paper there. Who is it that we're going to share the gospel with? Now this is something that we call our people map. Now some people doing the training would call this oikos. I'll write it down here. Which is Greek for home or family, sort of thing. So, but we call it people map because we're not very good at Greek, and it's helpful to know what we're talking about. So this is your relationship with others. We're looking to identify people that you know that are not following Jesus and need to hear about Jesus. And so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your name in the middle. Of course, there's my name, David, and you're going to put your name in the middle of the paper. And with the person that you're training, you're going to encourage them to do that as well. And then once they've done that and got to this stage, I would usually say, now just watch what I do because yours is going to be different. So watch how I do this, and then you do your own people map after that. And what we're looking for is to identify people that God has given us that are far from Him but need to hear the gospel message. So you could start with family members, and I'm not going to use real names because this is going out on the internet, so I'm going to make up some names, but yours will be real names, people that you know. So take family members. I can use Fred here and Harry, but people that you would know in your family that need to hear about Jesus. And then you can think about neighbours. Most of us have neighbours that are usually non-Christian, and so you can think of people in your neighbours there like that. So you've got maybe a couple of neighbours, one each side, that you can pray for and believe that God will give you opportunity. And then work colleagues, people that you work with each day. You can think of people and you could just put their names there, that people just need to hear about Jesus. Or just acquaintances. If you go to the same coffee shop all the time, then you might just bump into someone all the time and you're building a relationship with them, and we will call them, who should we call them? Mark, here we go. So there we got. So this is a representation of our people map. And so what you would then do, you would stop at that stage and say, right now, can you think of people in the same manner that you are connected to that need to hear about Jesus? And just give them some time to just think about their own people map with names of people that they know. That might take them a little while. You might need to encourage them and help them with that. And once you've done that and you've got to this stage, you ask them to turn to John 17, verse 20. And again, I would encourage you to let them read the scriptures. Don't read it for them. Let them do it. And I'm going to read this for us. And this is Jesus praying for his disciples. And he says this: I do not ask for these only, but for those who will believe in me through their word. And so Jesus here is already praying for not only these people, his disciples, but the ones that will believe from his word. So we also want to believe that there will be those that will come to faith through the witness of these people. When they come to faith, they will witness to others. And so we will see this grow, because we don't just want one generation of disciples, we want more than that. And then what we would then turn to is 2 Timothy 2, verse 2. 2 Timothy 2:2. And this is Paul talking to Timothy. And again, I would encourage you to get them to read this. so that they are engaged in the process, and we would then just go through this with them. 2 Timothy 2 verse 2 says, "And what you have heard from me in the presence of many witnesses, entrust to faithful men who will be able to teach others also." So here in this reading in 2 Timothy 2 verse 2, you have Paul saying to Timothy, what you have heard from me. So Paul has discipled Timothy. He's saying to Timothy, entrust faithful men. So there's a third generation who will tell others. And so you've got 4 generations of discipleship here being passed on one from the other. So we would love to see this sort of 4 generational process happening, and we want to be praying and believing for disciples to the 4th and 5th generation, because as we disciple the people that we know, we're going to be discipling them to share their faith. We're going to help them to make disciples, because that's what we're doing. And so they will make disciples who will make disciples, hopefully to the 4th and 5th generation. That's the prayer of Jesus. That's what Paul was saying to Timothy. And that must be our prayer if we're going to make an impact in our nation for the gospel. So this is our people map. Everyone will be different because you know different people. But this is the people, this is the who that God has given us to share the gospel with and make disciples. I hope that that is clear for you, and in the next video we're going to help you to know what to say when you are meeting these people that you are praying for an opportunity to share the gospel. So the next video is about what do we say as we share our faith.